Right now, dealing with domestic violence after the death of UW Whitewater gymnast Kara Welsh. What you can do if you or someone you know is in a troubled relationship. Also, our Coats for Kids campaign is underway. How you can help us get kids ready for the colder months ahead. And later, as Vice President Harris and former President Trump prepare for tomorrow's debate, we take a look at some new poll numbers out in Wisconsin. We welcome you to News 3 Now at 6. Following the death of UW Whitewater gymnast Kara Welsh, domestic violence is top of mind for many here in Wisconsin. Our Maddie Himes joins us now with some warning signs to watch for and valuable resources to keep in mind if you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence. Maddie?
Yeah, Eric, experts tell me domestic violence is difficult to combat because it's seen as a taboo topic. But the best thing we can do is talk about it.
I don't think people realize how pervasive domestic violence is.
Shannon Berry is the executive director of Domestic Abuse Intervention Services, or DAYS, in Dane County. She says 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men will experience assault by an intimate partner at some point in their lives.
We also know that domestic violence knows no boundaries. It impacts people regardless of socioeconomic status, educational background, race, or ethnicity.
According to End Domestic Abuse Wisconsin, 96 people died from domestic violence in Wisconsin in 2022, the highest total since the organization began tracking in 2000. The youngest reported victim, 20 months old, and the oldest, 93.
Domestic violence and intimate partner violence are particularly underreported, and people don't really disclose because there's a lot of shame about it.
Marielle Barnes is an assistant professor of public affairs at UW-Madison. While there is no identity to domestic violence, Barnes says people of color, people of disabilities, and people in the LGBTQ+ community are more likely to experience domestic violence and not report it.
Domestic violence and intimate partner violence are often seen as kind of private issues, and a lot of people are like, I don't want to get involved with that.
Barnes and Berry say if you think someone you know is experiencing abuse, there are warning signs to look out for: social withdrawal and isolation, major personality changes, and defense of their partner's unhealthy actions.
If you know someone in a domestic violence situation or an intimate partner situation, it can often be really frustrating.
Both tell me that while it may be difficult to watch a friend or family member suffer, best practice is to let your loved ones know that you're there for them, whether they're in or out of their relationship.
DAYS in Dane County offers a 24-hour helpline, support group, shelter, and legal advocacy. All services are 100% confidential and available right now on channel3000.com.
Maddie, thank you. Investigators are trying to identify a man whose body was recovered from the Wisconsin River this morning. The body found less than 2 miles downriver from where a 24-year-old man went under back on September 1st. First responders were notified the body had washed up on a sandbar. The Sauk County Sheriff's Office is now working to identify the man and notify his family. His name will be released at a later date. And we're learning the identity of a woman found dead at the Dane County Jail last month. She is 46-year-old Valerie Kusha of Madison. Kusha was found unresponsive in a housing unit in the public safety building of the jail. Life-saving efforts were unsuccessful. She was pronounced dead at the scene on August 26th. The cause and manner of her death were not released. Additional testing is now underway. Dane County Sheriff's Office is investigating as well. And the Rock County Medical Examiner identifying a man who died in a house fire last month. It happened August 22nd on East Memorial Drive just after noon. 57-year-old Kevin Miller pronounced dead at the scene. The cause and manner of his death was not released as additional testing is underway, but authorities say the fire was caused by improperly discarded smoking materials. The home did not have working smoke or carbon monoxide alarms. 3 boaters are safe after their boat overturned on Lake Mendota yesterday. The Madison Fire Department Lake Rescue Team was called into action about 5 o'clock in the evening after reports of a fishing boat sinking about 200 yards off the southeast corner of Governor's Island. 2 other boats were already on scene when Madison Fire arrived, and they had taken in the 3 boaters from that overturned boat. The boaters say they forgot to put the plug in their boat and couldn't act quickly enough to avoid sinking. All 3 were taken to shore. No one was taken to the hospital. The overturned boat was left in the water to be retrieved at a later time. The warmer temperatures return. Let's check your first warn forecast. And Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington, who's live at Clinky Cleaners on Monona Drive, trying to make sure kids are prepared for those colder months ahead. Alex?
No doubt, Eric. It's only going to take just a matter of time for those chilly winter temperatures to make it into southern Wisconsin. What a better day with it being as nice as it was today with highs in the upper 70s to bring those coats right down here to the Monona Drive Clinky Cleaners location. We started off with Josh this morning in Savannah. Was with Josh this morning. We've accumulated well over 100 coats here just at this Clinky Cleaners location alone. Coming up in Maine weather, we're going to talk with Wendy Speed a little bit more about what we're looking for ideally for coats for kids this fall. It doesn't end today. It ends all the way on October 5th. We're looking forward to getting upwards of 5,000 coats. That's our goal. Beautiful day, as I mentioned, out there today. Let's start off with the three things you need to get out of the forecast. Dry weather's going to stick around for a while, but we do have rain in the forecast. Hottest day is going to be Thursday. Coming up in Maine weather, a little bit more about that rain chance that's coming up on Sunday and a unique path that rain is coming from.
All right, Alex, thank you. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump preparing to face off in their first debate tomorrow night. Both candidates are campaigning as agents of change. Vice President Harris pitching herself as a departure from the divisive political climate created by Trump. Donald Trump bills himself as a departure from the inflationary woes of the Biden administration. The debate is being moderated by ABC anchors Lindsay Davis and David Muir. It's scheduled to last 90 minutes. Candidates' microphones will be muted when the other is speaking. And ahead of tomorrow's debate, new poll numbers show a tight race in Wisconsin. Political reporter Will Keneally joins us with more. Will?
This poll comes in part from Platform Communications, and the top line numbers here show what we've seen in many Wisconsin polls. Kamala Harris has an edge over Donald Trump by just a few points, still within the margin of error. Now, that's at the top of the ticket. We have some important down ballot races in Wisconsin as well. Now, with new district lines, Democrats may have a chance to take back the state assembly. Now, why that's important? These are the lawmakers who determine policies from how much state funding your local school should get to abortion protections in Wisconsin. Now, when pollsters asked voters which party they would support in those local races, Democrats have a 3-point lead over Republicans. Now, that lead actually expands to double digits when looking at swing assembly districts. Now, this looks at just the two parties, not the individual candidates, though.
I have to caution that you can't necessarily take that number and say, well, that's what it's going to be in this district, this district, this district. Each of those districts has their own set of candidates. They're going to have their own comparison being made. They're going to have their own spending going on. So you have to be careful. But what that shows is it shows that the Democrats do have a little bit of an advantage going in.
Now, the other notable part of this poll is that it asked voters to self-identify by socioeconomic background. Now, we've seen an interesting divide here from those who identify as working class. They generally support Republicans here over Democrats. Those who self-identified as middle-class voters, they tend to support Democrats here instead.
All right, Will, thank you. Actor James Earl Jones has died. His agent confirmed he passed away this morning at home. Jones, widely known for voicing Darth Vader in the Star Wars movies and also Mufasa in The Lion King. In his career, James Earl Jones won 2 Emmys, a Golden Globe, 2 Tony Awards, a Grammy, the National Medal of Arts, the Kennedy Center Honors, and was given an honorary Oscar and a special Tony for Lifetime Achievement. No word on a cause of death. James Earl Jones was 93 years old. Coming up on News 3 now at 6, why women will soon be notified about their breast density after a mammogram. Plus, the White House issues a rule to expand insurance coverage for mental health and substance abuse disorders. We'll be right back.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6, brought to you by Gruber Law Offices.
At Gruber Law Offices, we know how to win. Real cases, real results. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Save big at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Choose an Amish handcrafted sofa from our showroom or let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture
at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Kamala Harris cast the tie-breaking vote that created America's inflation.
The vice president votes in the affirmative and the bill is passed.
Economists said Harris's vote led directly to the higher prices we pay. 22% more for groceries, 50% more for gas. Mortgage costs nearly double. Thanks a lot, Kamala. Trump had our economy humming. He'll do it again.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Tens of millions of roofs across America are failing, wearing out decades early and leaking, oftentimes without you knowing about it, causing tremendous damage. Here's how you know you have a problem with your roof. Black streaking, your roof looks rough, or granules shedding off into your gutters or showing up in your driveway. Your roof is wearing out too fast and it's going to cost you a bundle. RoofMax makes your roof like new by strengthening and rejuvenating it. So give us a call and we'll give you a free assessment to see if your roof qualifies.
Save big at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Choose an Amish handcrafted sofa from our showroom or let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture
at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Inflation is affecting everyone's bottom line this election year.
We haven't been making profit. We're just keeping the lights on.
I'm exposing the tough realities local small business owners are facing and what candidates can do to capture their votes. 3 for the People, Tuesday at 10.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
A new rule from the White House could expand access and lower the cost of mental health care and treatment for substance abuse disorders. The Biden administration announced the rule today. Now, most of the provisions will apply to group health plans and health insurance issuers for plan years starting January 1st or after. The rule reinforces a law that requires insurance plans that cover mental health to do so at the same level as physical health.
There are real indications that we have a mental health crisis and that we need to take steps to make it easier for people to get the care they need and to continue in care that is going to help them get and stay well.
Insurers will have to analyze how their mental health care services compare to their physical health care services, and if they find discrepancies, they'll have to make changes. Those can include bringing in more providers to their networks, increasing payment rates, or getting rid of paperwork barriers. Changes are coming to mammogram reports. Starting tomorrow, all mammography reports and results letters that are sent to patients have to include an assessment of breast density. It's due to a new FDA rule aimed to help reduce delayed cancer diagnoses. Dense breast tissue can hide cancer on a mammogram because the tissue looks white. That's similar to how lumps and tumors appear as well. Now, women with dense breast tissue also have a higher risk of developing breast cancer. These new requirements don't provide specific next steps for patients with dense breasts, but they do recommend women talk with their providers about their individual risk and a screening plan that is right for them. Well, good news for JetBlue flyers. The airline now offers a free carry-on bag for all customers, and that includes its Basic Blue economy fares. And even if you purchased your ticket before this new offer was put in place. Now, previously, JetBlue passengers had to purchase a more expensive ticket or pay an extra fee to have a carry-on bag with a Basic Blue ticket. That ticket tier, however, still does not include any checked luggage or seat selections. Well, still ahead, a classic restaurant makes a big return to Wisconsin where you can go and have a bite. Plus, a nonprofit dedicated to fight epilepsy is expanding for its next concert. How Joey's song is cranking up its efforts. And just how much our temperature is going to warm up this week. Alex returns. A complete forecast when we come back.
Donald Trump's back, and he's out for control.
I would have every right to go after them.
Complete control.
I will wield that power very aggressively.
And he has a plan to get it.
Detailed plans for exactly what our movement will do.
It's called Project 2025, a 922-page blueprint to make Donald Trump the most powerful president ever. Overhauling the Department of Justice, giving Trump the unchecked power to seek vengeance, eliminating the Department of Education, and defunding K-12 schools, requiring the government to monitor women's pregnancies and severe cuts to Medicare and Social Security. Donald Trump may try to deny it, but those are Donald Trump's plans.
Well, revenge does take time, I will say that. And sometimes revenge can be justified.
He'll take control, we'll pay the price.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Transform your home into a haven during Steinhaffel's Make It Your Own event. Save up to $600 on the largest selection of sofas, dining sets, bedroom furniture, and more. All customizable so you can create the perfect piece for your space. And that's not all. Check out our bonus buys for even more incredible deals. With Steinhaffel's 60-month financing, your dream home is within reach. Don't miss out. Shop in store or online at steinhaffels.com.
I will make it a top priority to bring down costs for all Americans.
Her plan? She'll take on big oil and drug companies who rip us off, penalize big corporations who price gouge us on food and gas, and make billionaires pay their fair share.
Donald Trump fights for billionaires billionaires and large corporations, I will fight to give money back to working and middle-class Americans.
LCP Victory Fund and FF PAC are responsible for the content of this ad.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Eric Hovde insulted Wisconsin seniors.
Almost nobody in a nursing home is in a point to vote.
What a jerk. He attacked those who are overweight.
Fine, you want to do that? Your health care is going to cost more.
How insulting is that?
He called farmers lazy.
Look at the old physical toil. Now you're largely driving around a tractor.
This guy doesn't have a clue.
Eric Hovde has insulted just about everyone.
What's wrong with this guy?
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Joey's Song, a nonprofit that raises money for epilepsy research, is turning its annual benefit concert into a 4-day music festival. Joey's Song started in memory of Joseph Gamal, who died in 2010 after suffering a debilitating form of epilepsy called Dravet syndrome. The new concert series, titled Freezing Man, will run January 8th through the 11th, 2025 in Madison. Some bands include The Man, Kenny Hoopla, and Silver Sun Pickups, as well as members of Cheap Trick, The Bangles, and The Go-Go's.
The playlist on Saturday night will be all top hits, right? It's all covers that everybody knows, and it's really, I call it the world's greatest live jukebox, right? Because you've got the greatest musicians in the world playing the greatest songs that we all know live for a good cause.
Tickets are on sale now. You can buy them at joeysong.org. Since 2010, Joey's Song has helped raise more than $1.3 million to support children and families. Well, if you're looking for nostalgia with your dinner, there's an old restaurant new to Wisconsin Dells now. Big Boy is a nearly 90-year-old fast food chain. Started in California. Many of you know the picturesque Big Boy mascot out front. You might recognize the Big Boy mascot from the 1997 Austin Powers movie where Dr. Evil turned it into a rocket. Well, for decades, the Big Boy has taken over pop culture and become as iconic as the Golden Arches.
So I think probably the most significant thing is two things. One, it's the Big Boy statue. It's the symbol that's known. It's one of the more popular brands in the nation, for sure. The other thing, of course, is the double-decker burger, which we had from the start, and it's been knocked off by a couple of other big franchises out there. But we're the first ones to do the double-decker Big Burger, and we still currently make it bigger than some of the fast food chains would.
Well, you can try their old styles and new spins on burgers, breakfasts, and comfort foods at the Dells, just west of Famous Dave's and the Colonial Hotel. This is the only Big Boy that's open in the state of Wisconsin. Warm and dry for the week. Let's head back to Alex at Clinky Cleaners on Monona Drive for more. Alex?
Eric, it's cooling down just a little bit, really comfortable to donate, yet we're going to be here live for a few more minutes at the Clinky Cleaners location on Monroe, or on down here on Monona Drive. I lost my train of thought. Here I've been down here since 4 o'clock. I might need an extra coffee, but I'm actually joined here with CFO, Chief Financial Officer, Wendy Speed. And Wendy, you know just a few things or two about what sorts of donations are we accepting here at the Monona Drive Clinky Cleaners location and all Clinky Cleaners.
Yes, at all Clinky Cleaners right now until October 5th. Your used, new or gently used coats, snow pants, scarves, hats, winter gear, boots. We've had some boots donated tonight. So anything that you can part with that will keep someone else warm this winter.
Yeah, just before actually we started our segment here, we had somebody donate boots and scarves and hats and mittens. It was perfect for our segue here to let you know it's not just coats, gently used coats that we're taking here through October 5th. It's other winter attire as well. And believe it or not, I mean, if you maybe, BMS, if you could take a little show here over there, we have a pile of coats in there, Wendy, that has accumulated to well over 100. I was talking with Taylor Jackson, your colleague, during our 4 and 5 o'clock newscast, and that pile of coats in there is about ready to tip over. So we've had quite the donations here. And what is our overall goal for coats that we'd like to aim for this fall?
So we would like to get about 5,000. And I know the van we're probably getting upwards of 150 here tonight. So we need to keep them coming. About 5,000 coats.
Keep the momentum going. We started off strong today, southern Wisconsin. We got a ways to go, all the way, Wendy was just saying, until October 5th to donate. Let's go for a goal of 5,000 coats for kids. Now, on a day like today, you might be thinking, well, I don't really need a coat. I'm not thinking about a coat today because it's been so mild, but what a better way to come down to our Clinky Cleaners location on these nice days that are ahead here, not just on Monona Drive, but across all of southern Wisconsin and in Dane County. The weather this week is going to be beautiful to continue those donations. No rain this week, dry overall, hot. The hottest day is going to be as we go to Thursday this week. The next chance of rain is going to come in on Sunday, and that's Sunday weather system is going to come from a pretty unique location. 77 in Madison, winds are dying down just a bit. It's a beautiful evening out here, planning the rest of your evening. 6 o'clock, 77. By the time we get to 10 o'clock, Jacob will be doing the newscast. 65, a wonderful evening. Very nice evening, I think, to have the windows open. Overall, low temperatures, low to mid 50s. Maybe you want to shut the windows if that's a little bit too cool for you and pull up an extra blanket. Either way, tomorrow is going to be another beautiful day, almost a carbon copy. Highs up around 81 in Madison, 82 in Boscobel, and lows tomorrow night a little bit warmer. We'll do middle to upper 50s to near 60 degrees across southern Wisconsin. That's going to bring us, as Eric was mentioning, to even warmer temperatures. We're going to do 86 by the time we get to Wednesday. Summer-like return for sure. 87 on Thursday. That's the hottest day of the week. Some places in southern Wisconsin could get into the lower 90s, and then we drop into the upper 70s. Well, what's going on there? We have rain chances that return to southern Wisconsin late Saturday, going on into Sunday, and that's with showers from Tropical Storm Francine that's going to make their way towards the north. A lot of our weather comes from the north and from the west, or sometimes from the southwest, but Francine's going to move right due north-northeast and may impact us with a few scattered showers. Look at this. First to show you here, on and off shower chances Sunday night, maybe even going on into the very beginning of Monday. Now, we're not expecting widespread heavy rainfall or any severe weather with the remnants of Francine, but a couple of raindrops in the forecast, then those temperatures return back to the lower 80s by day and the lower 60s by night. So we're live here at the Monona Drive Clinky Cleaners location. Again, our Coats for Kid cause continues until October 5th. Donate at any Clinky Cleaners locations. We want to reach our goal of 5,000. Eric?
And thank you, Alex. And still to come in sports, one of the biggest games in the history of Camp Randall Stadium coming up this weekend. Hear from Luke Fickell next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
I was a Kamala Harris supporter. That changed after an illegal alien murdered my son, running him over, then driving back and forth over Drew's body 3 times. The man who killed my son had been arrested previously, but Kamala Harris let him go. As San Francisco's DA, Kamala was soft on crime. As a senator, she supported releasing criminal aliens back into our neighborhoods. Kamala Harris is dangerous.
Preserve America PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Save big money on Pittsburgh paints and stains at Menards. Pittsburgh's Weather Screen is a water-repellent deck stain that protects wood while allowing its natural beauty to show through. A gallon starts at $27.98 after rebate. Complete your staining project with ultra-advanced semi-transparent stain. It's a stain and sealant in one that can be applied to damp wood, allowing you to clean and stain your project in one day. A gallon starts at $34.48 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
We all know costs are too high, but while corporations are gouging families, Trump is focused on giving them tax cuts. But Kamala Harris is focused on you.
Building up the middle class will be a defining goal of my presidency.
She'll make groceries more affordable by cracking down on price gouging. And she'll cut housing costs by taking on corporate speculators. Middle-class families build America. We need a leader who has their back.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
For 7 generations, our sausage recipe has remained the same. We haven't wavered. We have not compromised. You can see it in our labels, smell it as you cook it, and taste it in every bite. It's our family tradition to never settle for less, and neither should you. Breakfast better with Jones.
Building up the middle class will be a defining goal of my presidency.
She'll do it with new ideas to make middle-class life more affordable. New caps on the price of medicine. New investments in clean energy to bring down costs for families. And while Trump will cut taxes for the super rich, she'll cut taxes for the rest of us. A stronger middle class. A future we can afford. Climate Power Action and FFPAC are responsible for the content of this app.
Rivalries and games like this is what really kind of separates college football from everything else.
It has been 35 years since Wisconsin has hosted a top 10 non-conference opponent at Camp Randall. But this weekend, that all changes when the Badgers play the game Luke Fickell said he first learned about the day after he took his job at Wisconsin some year and a half ago, as fourth-ranked Alabama comes to Madison. A win would make for one of Wisconsin's biggest ever at home, but a loss, it could be just as impactful, because how can you ever be your best if you never play them?
If you want to be the best and you want to compete with the best, then you got to play the best. And this just gives you that opportunity, regardless of what they're ranked, right? I couldn't even tell you that they were 4. But I know this, over the last 20 years, who's been the best team in college football, and there's no doubt it's been Alabama.
I'm looking forward to, putting this plan together this week and matching up with Alabama to see where we are to be a real good barometer for our football team.
The Packers decided not to put Jordan Love on the injured reserve today, with Matt LaFleur saying if and when he's cleared to play, he will play. But while he deals with his MCL sprain, Malik Willis has been named the team's starting quarterback in the meantime. And Sean Clifford, who the Pack drafted last year, he serves as the backup. The Packers' next 3 games are manageable, but every one, Green Bay, especially number 10, Jordan Love, will be working around the clock until he gets back on the field.
But if he gets cleared, we'll give him every opportunity like we always will. And, I know he's doing everything in his power. I know he's spending a lot of time trying to get back as soon as possible. But certainly we're not going to put him in a position where if he can't protect himself that he'd go out there.
And after 2 wins in the Big Ten, Big 12 Challenge, Wisconsin sits at 8th in the latest AVCA poll. The Badgers are one of 4 Big Ten teams ranked in the top 10. Their home opener is Tuesday when they welcome UW-Milwaukee into the Fieldhouse.
So are you ready for Alabama?
Definitely ready for Alabama.
Be on the field for that one?
I think so. That's going to be a fun one. A little different without Nick Saban there, but we don't have anything to compare it to, so it'll be fun.
It'll be fun. It'll be something. All right, we're looking forward to it. All right, folks, thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6. Have a great evening. We will be back here tonight for News 3 Now at 10.